Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and someone yesterday told me that Legion is at a point where it's kind of getting that boring phase where we're just waiting for the next expansion or the next big patch, and BFA is right around the corner. So a lot of people are just not sure whether it is stale or if there's something to do in Legion. So if you guys are somebody who wants to continue playing the game and needs an excuse, this video will have the 4 things that I think you can do that are particularly great for Legion that can be used in BFA. Now, I don't want to make this another boring video where I tell you, here's some mods you can get, here's some mounts you can get, because these things really, you can get them at any moment. After Legion is gone and we're in BFA, and I'm pretty sure even after the stat squish, Blizzard is going to do something with old raids for Legion in order for a lot of people to solo them for gear and mounts and whatever other rarities. I'm talking about stuff that you can do only in Legion right now, some stuff that you might not do in BFA, or something you just simply won't be able to experience when BFA is over. So this video is going to be more unique to the things you can do specifically in Legion, things that I personally enjoyed and something I'm kind of starting to get around to on some of my other classes. The first thing on my list is challenge mode weapons. Now I know, it's Legion and we've been running around with artifact weapons for a while. I'm pretty sure if you're a red paladin, you're kind of ready to trade in that sword, maybe for an axe or maybe even a hammer. If you're somebody who is a fire mage who's been running around with a sword and an offhand, maybe a staff is more your speed. The challenge weapons themselves were pretty great back in the day. Not only was the challenge pretty challenging, depending on your specialization of course and which boss you had to fight, most of them felt like a kind of a way for you to see if you truly know your class and your specialization. Of course, right now in Legion, if you have full Antorus gear, the trinkets, 2-piece, 4-piece bonuses, and maybe best in slot gear, the challenge might be a piece of cake. But if you're somebody who thinks you know your class really well, I feel like the single player challenge mode will be the best way for you to try it out. Plus, the weapon you get out of it is going to be looking so unique. And yes, while we will have, let's say, a bunch of druids that are playing Zandalari and they'll have that turtle druid form that they're getting in BFA, you as a bear who played back in Legion will still have that bear gorilla form, something that people will look at and be like, wow, where'd you get that? Because not everybody will be playing or would have played Legion. A lot of new people will come in just for BFA. You'll tell them, can't get it anymore, I am unique, I am special. And I feel like that part of the weapons, the prestige behind it is definitely worth it. Plus the challenge itself was just so great way back in the day. And I think it just allows you to get an aspect of the game that Blizzard really worked on. And one of the aspects that a lot of people enjoyed, the challenge and the reward of that weapon was awesome. The next thing I would suggest is maybe getting your Order Hall class mount. The class mount quest lines themselves, even the prerequisites, are pretty unique and awesome in terms of the experience. Chances are, as somebody who's going to be max level in BFA, I'm not even sure if you can get the class mount once BFA is released. But let's say you can. You'll still have to go to the Broken Shore and complete the full quest line in order to get it started. Then you'll have to experience the quest line and it simply won't be the same. As a rogue, you got a really cool and unique quest line, and I don't want to spoil it, but you become the master assassin. You take on 4 different targets in 4 different capital cities of the other faction, and the requirements and circumstances to each target are different. One target might be in a crowd, the other might be the most armored enemy you've seen, the other might have a bodyguard, and the last one might be the easiest target, but he's literally at the center of the city, where other players might be looking for hungry rogues. So that is awesome, and I feel like if you were to outlevel the experience, it just won't be quite as fun because you'll basically be one-shot on the content. The other classes also have unique quest lines to themselves. Some are harder, some are easier, some are more engaging, and some are not. But in the end, you get a unique mount with different recolorations depending on which specialization you invested your artifact points into. And that is something, again, you can take into BFA. So what people that didn't play in Legion, they might look at that mount and say, hey, where'd you get this? So that'll be one more item that you can kind of show off as a prestige loot. And while we are on the topic of classes in Legion, I think completing the Order Hall class campaign is a pretty cool experience. Now, when Order Halls originally got introduced, everybody thought, wow, Garrisons 2.0, no thanks. But in the end, they didn't really feel like Garrisons 2.0. For starters, they didn't have a mine that had every single resource and ore in the whole game. And they didn't have a herbalism garden with every single herb you wanted, completely destroying the auction house community and auction house system of mats and gathering mats, and it was just basically useless and it was kind of a bad idea. But the actual order halls in Legion, the order halls themselves, how you see so many rogues, so many paladins, so many warriors crammed together in one area. the different order halls themselves and the storylines that go with them, I think it added a little bit of a fun, unique aspect to the game. That was like, you are a warrior. This is kind of what Legion aspires for you to be, a warrior. Or you are a rogue. Here's some class quests that are designed for you as a rogue. There's a storyline to it that kind of involves everybody in their fight against the Legion. And I feel like there's just so much content the Legion and the developers put a lot of time into. Something that was pretty cool to experience. And at first I thought that the content itself wasn't that great when I first played as my rogue. But as I tried the Paladin one, and the Hunter one, and the Warlock one, and the Priest one, and I kind of just saw how some of them I even have intertwining stories, it was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. And I thought the uniqueness to them, the order halls, the amount of attention to detail that has been put into all of them, and the story that was crafted, I thought that was very well done. Legion did kind of have its own thing where you are the champion. Let's put you on a pedestal and put every single light in the sky over your head just so you can be the center of attention. And then they did that for every single player, so it just didn't feel as important. But I feel that the amount of effort they put in, it's still really cool to observe exactly how it all worked out. I'm actually a huge fan of how it all went down, and if you haven't tried any of the other class hall campaigns for any of your other characters, I think if you have the free time, it is definitely worth seeing some of the unique content and some of the unique experiences that you can get from those classes. And the final one I honestly got a little lazy on, but it's leveling. Yeah, it is true, you can wait until BFA and get your level 110 pre-order with an allied race of your choice, most likely, unless you have to go and unlock them, and you will have to go unlock some of them, not the ones released right now. Yes, you can technically do that, and you can kind of wait until all the exalted reps are lifted. But right now, as somebody who's playing World of Warcraft and kind of holding this off until the very point where content is just done and dried out for me, I'm kind of waiting for that moment where I go back and level every single allied race class combo that I want. And I have a list right now. I have a spreadsheet even for the Zendalari upcoming, even for the Dark Iron Dwarfs that are upcoming. I have a race class combination that I want to get up and running. I already got my Nightborn up. I'm waiting to get my High Mount, Torrent, Lightforged Knight, Void Elf, as well as Zendalari and Dark Iron Dwarfs as soon as those come out. And the best part of it all, I can actually get a lot of them prepared for Legion and BFA right now. Before BFA releases, I can at least get them to max level. I can get the Heritage Armor that I can take into BFA. And yes, while you can just wait until BFA to start leveling them, you might as well get prepared right now, because by the time BFA is released, I'll still have 2 more guys to level. So right now, I think it's a good time to work on some of the allied races and the Heritage Armor, and try out the new leveling system, whether you like it or not. Try different zones and really just level it through them. Yeah, some of you might say, but Dalaran, I have to go get the rep farm done and it takes forever. I mean, the other day I did a world quest, or not even a world quest, it's one of the Argus completions for Torellian or Dalaran that gives you Veiled Argonite for either collecting 50 pristine Argonite crystals or doing the invasions, the 3 of them. And that literally gave me 1,000 rep for both factions on Argus. So my thought process is, I feel like Blizzard already increased the amount of rep you can get. You can kind of work on it every single day. You don't need to commit an insane amount of hours. You can literally put in like 30 minutes a day and work towards that progress. Eventually unlock them, and then you start leveling them. And then by the time BFA comes out, you have a bunch of 110s ready to go to engage into BFA. Get them up and running as soon as it's possible so you can play new alts or even new mains as soon as they come out. So that's everything I have right now. So if you got somebody who's bored with Legion right now, not sure what to do, here's some of the things that I'm probably going to be doing as soon as I get even close to bored. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video or simply want my channel to grow, go ahead, give this video a like allow my videos to reach a wider audience, as well as grow my channel. If you guys enjoy this kind of discussions, this type of videos, BFA updates, 735 updates, 5511 duels, go ahead and hit subscribe down below in order to subscribe to 2 videos a day. And if you guys want to catch some of the live streams and even participate in today's live stream, which will be an EU Alliance 5v5 duel, go ahead and hit the notification bell down below in order to be caught up on every single video and every single stream that goes up. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in the next one.